Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed, breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Deep, long breaths. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. Feel that power of you keeping your back straight and your eyes closed, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's slightly painful. That's your true power. That's your determination. So use that power here, now, and forever. And see in your mind today how you will do when that music goes on as we work in the gym of life. But you gotta see it in your mind right now if you want to bring it out into the world. See yourself doing the best you can on all the stretches or exercises that we choose and do together here today, right here, right now, wherever we are. Because you were born to do that. You were born to use your determination to see in your mind what you want to create and then make real as you open your eyes and live your life. Good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? Another day in the gym of life, another chance to be better than we were last time. So here we go, determination, here we go. When I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot as we usually do. But for now, you can just start walking on the spot as we slowly warm up our bodies and get ready for another session here together, another moment, a few moments here together. When I say go, we'll start jogging on that spot. Ready? And go. Always focused on our breathing and how we can control it, no matter what we're doing, wherever we are in life, wherever we go, not just in the stretches or exercises we're doing. Anytime we're using our bodies and our minds, let's remember how we can always take control of that breathing. It's the same way we can take control of our minds, our thoughts, and therefore our feelings. It's hard work, but just like everything else, with hard work comes all the best things in life. So here we go. We're almost there with the jog, almost there. Feel your body. All the things that are going on right now. Your arms moving, your heart beating, your breathing. That's your presence. That's phenomenal. You are phenomenal. And stop. All right. Walking on the spot. I'm just going to walk side to side here since I have enough space. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you have enough space as we work together here in the gym of life. The gym of life never ends, even though we may not be exactly where we want to be at school, at work, wherever it is that we would see and be with all the people that we love and always look forward to being with. But we're here right now together in this moment if you're watching this and you're doing this. So let's go, everybody. Here we go. Let's roll the shoulders first. 10 forward. Here we go. Again, doing the best shoulder rolls we've ever done. All the way to our ears and around. That's 4, 5. Let's do 10 forward. Here we go. Alright, and backwards. Again, enjoying the process, enjoying the effort that we're putting in right now to be our best in whatever we're doing. That's what matters. That's what matters. And that can always keep us in our greatest gift, our presence. You're here, you're watching, you're doing, you are living. You have everything you need. Here we go. All right, arm circles forward. Let's do 10 forward again. Again, thinking about our breathing. Deep, long breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And backwards. 10 arm circles backwards. Taking good air in and letting bad air out. Excellent. Okay, hands on the hips, bend the knees and side stretch. 5 on each side. Alright, let's do twist now. Keep your feet on the floor and just twist your body. Twist your hips. Again, just feeling the joy of moving your body. Alright, okay. And let's do 5 push-ups. Try your best. Here we go. Best 5 push-ups ever. Alright, 5 sit-ups, everyone. Here we go. Always doing your best. If you need to use your arms to lift up, for now, that's okay. But just keep going. Don't give up. Alright, let's do 5 squats. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. Arms straight up, looking straight ahead. Excellent. Alright. Let's do 6 lunges. 3 on each side. Keeping our back straight, our body straight, looking straight ahead. Alright, good. And let's do 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Feeling the joy of being able to become uncomfortable in order to one day be comfortable doing this. All right, and stand up again, everybody. And let's reach for the ceiling on our toes. Here we go. Or if you're outdoors, you're reaching for the sky. Again, feeling the joy of reaching, stretching, using those muscles in our body, all the parts of our body, to reach, to do better. All right, actually touch the ceiling this time. Here we go. Excellent. All right, and reaching now for your toes. Straight knees. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Excellent. All right, good. And let's balance now. Grab one leg and balance. Really think about what you're doing. Find that point, and then pull that leg up towards your bottom. Bend the other knee if you have to. Feel the power of you finding your balance in this moment right now. And switch. It's the same way you can find your balance in whatever you're doing. Keep thinking. Keep trying different things. Again, bend that knee if you have to. And pull your foot up towards your bottom, and you should feel a pull on the front of your leg, front of your thigh. Alright, now let's hug our knee. Here we go. Once again, find that balance, work for it. There we go, bend that knee and lift or hug your knee fully. Give it a nice big hug. Alright, and switch. The other one now. Slowly come on up. Make sure you have plenty of space around you. Just in case you do lose your balance, you fall. You get right back up though. You know the truth, determination. We never give up. We get right back up and we keep going. No matter what. Alrighty. Okay, and let's sit down and reach for our toes with straight knees.
Magic System, Red One, Shawty. Hey, yo, Salafan. Feel the magic. Comme d'habitude, on est calé. Comme toujours, ça va aller. Magic System.
Toujours nous.
Ah, ça change pas.
Ah ouais.
Ah, Shaoki avec Red One. Est-ce que ça marche? Ça marche pas. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut avec les magiciens. C'est Freddy Coco. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut avec les magiciens. Oh, oh, oh.
And as you said, if anyone in the world can pull this off, it's that man. And it's Messi!
Morning, guys. Another major fear we have in our lives, and this is true for most of us, is the fear of loss of love. And this is a really tough one because our very essence, everything we're made of, all the truth principles we're made of, it's all love. And we want to feel that connection, that love, that belonging with every single human being. That's what we really want deep down inside. But unless we become centered on correct principles and things that are intangible, things we can't see, energies that we can't see, unless we become centered on finding our true happiness, freedom, and success, and if we're not happy, nobody else around us can be happy because we're not giving the best of ourselves. So we have to overcome this fear of losing love, fear of losing people that we love most. And if we do, we can achieve our greatness. Have a great day, everyone.
We tend to try to manifest things that are external. I want this job, or I want this career, or I want this success. But the real power of words are the magic of transforming our inner worlds. But we never think about how our sounds are shaping the universe inside of people.
Wow.
When you speak into someone's life, you're transforming the universe inside of them.
A mentor to many of the world's top entrepreneurs.
A life architect, a world-renowned author.
He's the founder of Mosaic, which is one of the most beautiful churches in the world.
Erwin McManus is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it has to begin by paying attention to what you're saying to yourself. That you cannot connect to other people if you don't deal with the health of your soul. It's not about simply saying the words. The words are empty without the frequency. Words are just sounds. Y si cambio el idioma, quizás podemos hablar, o quizás no. Because the moment we change the language, but we still have the sounds. They're just sounds that we give meaning to, and those sounds are transmitted through the waves of our voice.
Wow. What is it that people are missing that would make them exceptional communicators in every area of their life if they learned how to do this one thing around what you're saying?
The way to elevate your frequency is by increasing two things.
Hey guys, Lewis Howes here, and thank you so much for being here. I am excited about this. I'm a big fan of Erwin McManus, and this episode is going to provide practical wisdom for anyone looking to improve their ability to connect with other people and attract more fulfilling relationships in your life. And the interesting thing is we tend to attract relationships that match our level of self-worth. And this is the key. We need to break that pattern so we can create different relationships that unlock abundance in our life, that unlock peace, that unlock joy, more love, more freedom. And I want that for you. I want you to feel free in every area of your life. So if this is your first time here or you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to our channel below, like this video, share it with one friend that you want to see elevated in their life as well. And if you're looking to improve the relationship that you have with money in your life also, I've got a brand new book out called Make Money Easy. That's all about improving the relationship to money so you can be financially free. Make sure to get your copy right now. The link is below as well in the description. Without further ado, let's dive in. Welcome back, everyone, in the School of Greatness. Very excited about our guest. We have my good friend, Erwin McManus, in the house. So good to see you.
Man, I am so glad to see you.
I'm pumped. The last time you came on, we talked about your new book, The 7 Frequencies of Communication. And we walked through kind of these, each one specifically. And it was a powerful episode. And I want people to watch that in tandem with this. And what I want to do with this episode is to see, we're going to talk about my core frequencies.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Because I took your assessment, which I'll tell people how they can do this. But the goal of this episode is to give people the tools on how to use their words and understand their frequencies that are within them, on how to really manifest and attract the loving relationship that they want in their life, or just powerful relationships in general, whether it's their soulmate, a loving partner, or the right partners in their life to elevate what they want in life. And so that's the direction I want to take with this, because I feel like you have such a wealth of experience, wisdom, and knowledge from what you teach, what you write about, but also life experience, being married for,
40 years.
4 decades now, which we talked about this in previous episodes as well. But really marrying these frequencies to love and relationships, I think, will be an interesting thing. You have this on page 148 of the book. Again, this book's really powerful. I want people to get it. It's called The 7 Frequencies of Communication, the Hidden Language of Human Connection. On page 148, you say that your sound waves do not simply send out your thoughts and ideas, but your sound waves are an extension of you.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I first started thinking about the anthropology of humans. When you're really young, you think, oh, we humans are flesh and bone, right? We're flesh and blood. And then as you progress and begin thinking about what makes humans, and you understand science, you go, okay, this is kind of cool. Humans are earth. We're physical. We're fire. We have an energetic heart. We're wind. We breathe, inhale and exhale. We're literally the elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. We're 80% or more water. So human beings are literally the 4 basic elements. But if you keep progressing and looking at the human essence, we are particles and waves. And one of the incredible things about particles is this whole dynamic of quantum entanglement, right? That 2 particles that come together are forever affected by each other, no matter how far they're separated. Which explains why someone who came into your life when you were 10 still impacts you to this day.
Yeah.
How they got into you, because their particles merged and formed into your particles, and you're forever affected by that.
Yes. And there's cellular memory
that's
also.
Right. So choose who you bring into your solar system, because those particles are going to be part of your particles forever. Wow. Whether you like it or not, Louis, you and I are connected for all of eternity.
I like it.
And we're part of this universe together. It's beautiful. But we're not only particles, we're also waves. And when we think of our words, it's almost as if we think of something that is disassociated from us.
It's out. We're saying it and it's releasing.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like spit.
Yeah.
Right? You're swallowing your spit all the time, but the moment you spit it out into a glass, you would never drink it, because now it's not a part of you.
Interesting. Yeah.
But your words never leave you.
Really?
They're a part of who you are. They're an extension of your essence. So right now, while we're having this conversation, we're doing a soul share. Way before there was Airbnb, we're sharing each other's souls. And I'm speaking and I'm going into your soul, and you're speaking and you're going into my soul. And our waves are dynamically affecting each other, which is an extraordinary thing. And so there are all these mechanisms of measuring wavelengths. And you can actually see how wavelengths shape different materials. They can move sand on a particular kind of metal, or we can study how sounds shape the universe, but we never think about how our sounds are shaping the universe inside of people.
Wow.
There's just something profound when a friend looks at you and says, "I love you." And by the way, I do. And I can say without any restraint, I love you. And those words, they don't simply stop between you and me. Those words are transferred from me to you, and they connect us forever.
Yeah.
And there's something really powerful in that. And I actually think it's because we're divinely created, and, being a person who is really shaped by the scriptures and how Genesis talks about everything being created by God speaking. And God speaks, and the waves of God's voice creates the universe.
Wow.
And that we're created in that image and likeness, and that we speak and we create universes as we speak.
And also the words and the sound or the tone of our words. It's the combination. It's the word and the frequency of the word, the sound, can connect us, but also you could take that and it could connect you to others through someone else, right? It's like if you're transmuting something into someone else, speaking life into them as God did to us, that person, you could be the ripple where they could speak it into others too.
That's right, because humans understand frequencies before they understand language. Because when you have an infant, they cannot speak English.
Right.
They do not speak Korean.
Right.
They do not speak Spanish. They speak frequencies.
Interesting.
So when you look at that little baby and you say, I love you, that baby is absorbing the frequency of your words and then attributes the meaning to the words. Words are just sounds. Y si cambio el idioma, quizás podemos hablar, o quizás no. Because the moment we change the language, but we still have the sounds. They're just sounds that we give meaning to. And those sounds are transmitted to the waves of our voice. We have a power that's emitted when our breath passes through our lips.
Wow. How can we start to anchor ourselves to speak with more positive frequency? And do the words we say matter, or how we say the words matter more?
They're both important. I think that language is both art and science. It's both poetry and prose, right? And if you want to be a master communicator, be careful about how you say it, but be more careful about the texture of what you said. Funny thing, years ago, I was in Germany speaking to about 5,000 people. And I had this translator, and I know I'm going to say something very controversial. And Germans are very stoic, and very orthodox in their approach toward things. And halfway through my talk, I make the statement, and my translator translates for me, and I stop him. And I said, wait a minute, you did not say what I just said. And he said, what? And I said, you did not say what I just said. You translated what I said, but you changed it. He goes, you don't speak German. I said, that's not the point. Did you say what I said, or did you change what I said? This is in front of 5,000 people. And he said, I changed what you said. I didn't agree with it.
No way.
And he goes, but what I want to know is, how could you know?
Frequency.
It was frequencies.
Wow.
I could tell he changed his frequency instantly.
Yeah, something about the way he looked at you, or the way he
I wasn't even looking at him. I'm looking at the audience.
Just his tone.
Literally, the tone changed.
Oh, wow.
And he thought it was impossible for me to translate it. But when you translate frequencies, not just words, it changes everything.
Yeah, the interpretation of it was different.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And even if you take this to a really basic level, I don't know if you have a dog.
2 cats.
You have 2 cats.
Yeah.
All right. This doesn't work with cats.
Yeah.
Cats don't have a human frequency.
But the dog can feel it because they're like happy or they're like sad, right?
Well, dogs don't speak English.
No.
Right? They just speak frequencies. And so you can look at your dog, and if you keep the same frequency and change the words, they'll do exactly what that frequency tells them.
Good boy or bad boy, bad boy.
No, you're the ugliest dog I've ever seen.
You're horrible, but you're saying it lovingly, they're going to be happy.
That's right. And so we recognize there's a connection even with other animals that's frequency driven, but we think it's actually language driven, and it's not.
Yeah. There's a few things that you talk about that I think are really interesting. And I want to share a few of these things, but you talk about words and frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a line somewhere that you said, words are as close to alchemy as we could ever come, and words are magic. And I'm curious, what does that mean when it comes to figuring out how to attract someone we care about, we're interested in, we want to build a relationship, how to use words and frequency that we have with our voice to attract a quality relationship.
I love
Here we go. Again, enjoying fully, reaching for our toes. Just like we're reaching always in life, striving to be better than we were yesterday, a minute ago, a second ago. That's pure happiness. That's joy of learning, infinite mind wealth. Okay, and let's go V-shape now. And reach for the floor. Here we go. As far away from your body as you can. Feeling certain muscles being stretched. Your ability to think about that. That's your awareness and that's your determination. The power to control your thoughts, to focus on your being right now. And switch. Reach for one side. Alrighty, and reach for the other side. Again, you're trying to touch your toes. If you don't, that's okay. Just reaching. Feeling the joy of going for it. Alright, and let's pull our feet together and gently push our knees down with our elbows. Here we go. Feeling the pull a little bit on the inner thighs, just a little bit, as we gently use our elbows to push our knee towards the ground. Okay, one leg forward, one leg back. Go as far back as you can. Keep that knee on the ground though. And let's hold it there for 10 seconds. And switch to the other side. Okay, and again, go as far back as you can, but keep your knee on the ground. A little bit with some space here, but we'll do our best. Always do our best. That's what we got. Okay, and let's go into cobra stretch. So, belly's on the ground, push the floor and look up at the ceiling or the sky. Wherever you are. Wherever you are. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Alright, good everyone. Okay, and legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Once again, feeling that power to control our breathing, the way we control our mind and our thoughts. So right now, let's see ourselves doing the best we can when that music goes on. For me today, I'm going to play 2 songs. Again, feel free to listen to my songs or have your own playing. But whatever you do, pick 2 exercises or 2 stretches or 2 movements that are safe within the space you have. And for one song, the duration of one song, try to keep going in that one specific exercise activity. For me, I'm going to be doing planks, holding the plank position for as long as I can for the first song, hopefully the whole song. And for the second song, I'm going to see in my mind right now, holding side plank position for each side for the duration of that song. I'm going to see that in my mind right now. Right now, see in your mind what you want to make real when that music goes on. See it with the full power that it's possible. See it with the full power of belief and intention, determination to do your best to make it happen. Here we go. Alright, here we go, determination. It's all about belief. You gotta believe in yourself. Here we go. I believe I can do this. Let's see. What about you? What are you doing? Are you doing planks like me? If you are, let's go. The whole song. Listen to the words of this powerful song. Everything's about believing in yourself. Everything. It all begins there. You believe that you can do something? Do you believe that? No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard you gotta work, if you don't believe it, it'll never happen. Belief is the activating force, the key to unlocking the full power of our minds. And then we gotta determine to do it. There we go, everybody. Always believe. I miss and love your determination. I miss and love you all the time. But we are here right now together. We are united. Right now, working on holding a plank position maybe. I don't know what it is you're working on. You're doing a dance or something or an exercise. Keep moving. Keep going. Don't give up. Let's go. The whole song. We're doing this. The whole song. That's right. Evan's right. We gotta fix our mindset. Meaning, if we correct our thoughts, turn them into nothing but positivity and belief in ourselves, all the rest of the anxiety, mind health challenges, all those lying thoughts will just go away. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Determination. Only you can do it. Only you can believe in you. Actually, others, of course, can believe in you, but the number one thing that will matter is whether you believe in yourself. You don't want to waste everyone else's belief in you. It'll all go away if you don't believe in yourself. But we were born to do it. We were born to believe in ourselves. First and foremost, to love ourselves no matter what. To know the truth of what others feel about us if they believe in us too. Almost there, almost there. Song's almost over. Let's go. Determination, let's go. Awesome work, determination. All right, next song.
Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Let's have some fun. To the left now. To the right. Now take your left hand and put it on your side. Gon' roll your shoulders, do the slip and slide. This next part's my favorite part, cause it's time to shine. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. It's simple, you can do it. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cool down, have a good time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Do the butterfly, have a good time. Round, round, round and round you go. It's time to show out right now and take to the floor. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Take it down now, take it down now. Take it down now, take it down now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Bring it up now, bring it up now. Take it down and crisscross. Bring it up now, crisscross. Do whatever you like right here. Just have fun. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Don't throw down, take a sip with it. Now lean back, put your hips in it. Yeah.
Messi, past one, Lionel Messi! Magical!
Hey guys, today Oprah Winfrey shares another rule of success for her, and that is find your purpose. I love this one. This is everything. If we don't know what it is we're supposed to be doing, we don't know which way to go. We don't know how to guide our thoughts, our actions, our everything. So for me, it's determination. That's why I love my one word. Determination means decision, deciding, and then desiring and never giving up until you go after what you really want. See, we have to have that sense of that we're headed in the right direction. And so you got to find your purpose. Oprah Winfrey has shared with us that if you don't have a purpose, you're just wandering around. You're just drifting. And you're not meant to do that. We're meant to lock into something, which is our true greatness, and bring it out and share it with the world. But find out what it is you really want and go after it like your life depends on it. Have a great day, everyone.
Love that question. The subtitle of the book is The Hidden Language of Human Connection.
Yes.
And for me, the ultimate goal is connection. Communication is the process to connection. And so if I only help people communicate better, I don't think I would find the level of fulfillment that this book is bringing to me. Because what I really want to see is people connect at a deep level, at a deep human level, at a level of intimacy and understanding, and place where people are seen and see others.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really true when you talk about intimate interpersonal relationships with a wife or a partner or someone that you love deeply. And the longer you're together, the more you really need to learn the nuances of human communication and connection. I've been married 40 years, and believe me, if all I heard was what Kim said, we would not have made it.
Wow.
And if all she hears is what I say, it's not going to get us where we need to go. Because we are all saying so much more than our words. But that phrase, when I talk about that words are as close to alchemy as we'll ever get, is that I really do pay attention to the language in our culture on manifestation, on manifesting things. And I think where sometimes, for me, it feels a little bit off, and where it could really move into a zone of transformation, is that we tend to try to manifest things that are external. You know, I want this job, or I want this career, or I want this success. But the real power of words are the magic of transforming our inner worlds. That when you speak into someone's life, you're transforming the universe inside of them. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes we underestimate the power of our words in the way they shape the human experience. You know, when you're 5 or 6 years old and someone tells you that you're worthless, those words shape the universe inside of you. Or when someone looks at you and tells you that you're special, that you're loved, that you're valued, that explodes inside of the universe inside of you. And when I began to realize that my words have so much power that it can actually reshape the universe inside of another human being, I realized that is alchemy. I can create a space for hope, for joy, for meaning, for intention, for even, as superficial as it sounds, happiness. Because so much of what people are searching for in the external world is actually only found in our internal world.
Yes. Yes. Man, that's probably, yeah. So you're saying that if Kim, you wouldn't have made it if you were only listening to her words. Is that what you said?
That's right.
And so words have a frequency, from my understanding.
Absolutely.
And also there's a frequency that's underneath the words as well, right?
Well, we have a frequency. And language is the mechanism through which we pass or transmit those frequencies.
Wow.
And so when one person says, I love you, it can create a very different frequency than when someone else says, I love you.
Right.
Or love you. And even when you're looking at the different frequencies that we've identified in the book, when a person has one particular frequency, when they say the same thing, it doesn't create the same resonance when someone says it with a different frequency.
Why is that? I mean, why is that? And how do we tap into a frequency within us that has a greater impact on ourselves when we speak, but also on others when we speak?
I think it's because we haven't developed the full toolbox of human connection and human communication, that we end up with a primary frequency and it becomes our dominant frequency. And so we end up using a frequency all the time in every situation. And let's say if you're a commander and that's your dominant frequency, and you're also a CEO of a company. And so your commander frequency is absolutely bringing you incredible success. You know exactly what to do. You know how to be directive. You are very utilitarian with your language. And then you go home and you try to use that commander frequency in your marriage.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Even worse than that, you use that commander frequency with your 8-year-old daughter. And it's completely utilitarian. It doesn't connect at a deeply visceral level where that person feels valued and loved and accepted. And one of the things I really try to do when someone has a commander frequency, by the way, my wife's primary frequency is commander.
Really?
And my son, Aaron, his primary frequency is commander. So I'm surrounded by two commanders. I never lack for clarity about what I should do with my life.
Do this. Yeah, yeah.
But you have to begin to be able to hear the nuances behind the command. What happens so many times is that a person is a commander and they love someone deeply, but they're with you day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And in their mind, I told you I loved you in 2016.
Right. Why do I need to say it again? Yeah.
Why do I need to say it again? It's so unutilitarian.
Wow.
And for me to have to waste that language again.
Yeah, I told you once a year. Every year, Christmas, I tell you.
Or I show you.
Yeah.
I show you by paying the bills. I show you by cooking for you. I show you that I love you. Why do I have to find the frequency that resonates at a deep level to let you know I mean it? Because it's not about simply saying the words. The words are empty without the frequency.
What is it that people are missing that would make them exceptional communicators in every area of their life if they learned how to do this one thing around what you're saying?
Well, in the book, I talk about the way to elevate your frequency is by increasing two things: empathy and authenticity.
Yeah.
And so I would say do two things. Learn how to see life from another person's perspective. Step into someone else's, not their shoes, step into their soul. Experience how they are experiencing the world. For me, that's really the power of empathy.
Yes.
Empathy is sharing someone's soul with them and seeing the world through their experience, their emotions, their perspectives, and it's a beautiful thing. And so empathy is about seeing the other person, but authenticity is about allowing other people to see you. And so part of the journey is not just empathy, it's authenticity. It's helping people see you for who you really are, helping them understand your deep emotional texture and context for life. And when you grow in authenticity and go in empathy, your frequency moves toward its highest level.
Say that one more time.
When you grow in empathy and authenticity, your frequency grows to its highest level. And so a part of when you ask, how do you learn how to use what frequencies, you pay attention. You listen to the room. You listen to people.
How do you do this in a marriage after 40 years when, you know, you have memories and, I don't know, your similarities of the same things and events happening over and over? How do you continue to tap into the frequency that is needed for your partner to feel seen, loved, and heard and accepted, as opposed to leaning into a dominant frequency where they don't feel as appreciated?
Mm-hmm. It's so important to see the opportunity to express unconditional love to someone as a gift. Mm-hmm. Not that you're the gift to them, but you getting to express that is, in a sense, a gift to them and a gift to you. It's just a small thing. I don't know why. Maybe it's because my wife is a farm girl from North Carolina, but food is central to our life. Uh-huh. And when she cooks, she literally waits for me to comment on everything she's cooked.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just don't want to comment.
You just want to eat it, enjoy it.
I just want to eat it. Wow. And there have been times over the years I will say to her, can you at least give me a chance to taste it? Because she'll, how is it? I don't know. I tasted it. You know, it looks great. And even if she doesn't cook it, if she buys it at the store and she picked that pie, she wants to know that that pie was incredible.
Was it a good pick for me? Yeah.
And even recently, having been married 40 years, I don't know how many meals we've eaten together over the years. I told myself, it gives her indescribable joy to hear, I love this. It costs me nothing.
For someone who's been through a devastating breakup in a relationship, or maybe they've had just kind of heartbreak after heartbreak in relationships, how can someone use what you've created here and use their words and frequencies to manifest love, even if they've experienced so much pain and disappointment in relationships?
That's a really nuanced question, because what happens when you're going through pain is you're in great danger of moving toward your shadows.
What does that mean?
Every frequency has a shadow frequency. And just like every human being's on a spectrum of, you know, their best self and their lesser self. And so the shadow of the motivator is the performer. Yep. The shadow of the challenger is the manipulator.
Wow.
The shadow of the commander is the dictator. The shadow of the professor is the diminisher. The shadow of the healer is the cipher. The shadow of the seer is the perfectionist. And then the shadow of the maven is the nihilist. And so you have to realize that whatever your core frequencies are, you have a natural tendency when you're in pain, when you're struggling with, let's say, forgiveness or bitterness or anger or despair, to move into your shadow. And so you begin to communicate from that shadow, even though you're unaware of it. It's because when people ask me, how do I get rid of my shadow? I go, no, your shadow is not out there. Your shadow is in here. And the only way you can get rid of your shadow is choosing forgiveness rather than bitterness, choosing love rather than hate, choosing hope rather than despair. So it's the material of your soul that actually changes your frequency and moves you from.
Alright, side planks for me, here I go. Holding one side for half the song and maybe holding the other side for the other half. Listening to, again, powerful music, energy, words. Bob was right, one love. Bob Marley knew the truth, just like you know the truth. We all know the truth, we're made of it, of course. If we just take our minds when they're negative and they're anxious and stressed and fearing, if we took our minds, our thoughts, and just moved them out of the way, all there is love. We are made of pure love, pure infinite intelligence. We get to work on our bodies, our minds all the time to be the true beings we were born to be. Even if we feel like quitting, it's hard. It's hard to control our minds, to get it out of the way. But we can do what we were born to do. Alright, let's go to the other side now. Here we go. Oh, love it. Feeling the sweat. All that old fluid leaving the body. Make room for some new, good fluid. Here we go. Just like our new thoughts. We get rid of the old thoughts that don't serve us to make room for new, good thoughts, positive thoughts that serve us to be who we were all born to be. Love. That's it. Simple. No hate. No anger. Those things are going to be there. We're going to feel it sometimes, but with our determination, we can determine love, not hate. Determination, not giving up. Happiness, not depression. Joy, not sadness. How's everyone doing? Hanging in there, keep going. We're almost done. Let's always be united together, just like we are right now, right here. Alright. I'm proud of my effort. How about you? How about you? How about you, determination? I'm proud of you. I love you.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch now. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. Cheated on my baby, you can go and ask her. My life is a movie, but riding in cowboy hat from Gucci, Wrangler on my. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Hat down, cross town, living like a rock star. Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras. Riding down Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. God knows stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, so I kick on back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Messi. Lovely give and go, Lautaro Martinez. Messi, and again! Correa's
Good morning, guys. As we live, laugh, and love our way to infinite mind wealth, we got to remember the words of Les Brown. Les Brown is amazing in the way he's lived, loved, and laughed his way, and he's still on his way to infinite mind wealth. I want to borrow from him today. In his speech at the Georgia Dome, he made a comment about
how we can approach all the struggles, all the defeats, all the setbacks we're going to have on this path. And I love his line. I think one of the lines that he used was, don't say that you're having a bad day, say that you're having a character building day. And I love that. That's something we have to hold on to. If we can hold on to that one thought in everything we do, it will definitely put us on that path to loving our way to infinite mind wealth, because we're building character. We're not having a bad day. We got to change that thought. We're building character, which is the absolute essential to being our truly great self. Have a great day, everyone.
From shadow to light.
So when someone, I mean, you can use me as an example. I was in many relationships that I felt they were right, maybe, or it felt like maybe they had potential, and I stayed in them for long times, tried to make them work, but then they wouldn't work out, and it'd be a lot of pain. Then I'd repeat the cycle, you know, kind of all through my 20s and 30s, right? If someone has gone through kind of breakup after breakup, what is it inside of them that's missing for them to be able to really create that harmonious match in someone else, where it is more in alignment, where it is more in the right, I don't know, the right vision for what they want to create in a relationship, so they don't have to go through the same pattern of breakup and pain over and over again?
Yes, we tend to match ourselves with the person that matches our own self-worth.
Wow, man.
So if you have a low self-worth, you're going to keep dating someone that validates that low self-worth. And you're going to end up in a toxic relationship, and then you end up with a terrible breakup, and it's going to reinforce your sense of lack of self-worth.
Your lack of worthiness.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so that relationship is not there actually to elevate you to a higher level of self-worth. It's there to validate your low belief in yourself.
Gosh.
So the only way you can move into a healthy relationship, and I've known you for a few years now, I feel like you've changed. I thought you were incredible when I met you. I mean, you were already, to me, one of the most extraordinary human beings I've ever known. But I do think that you are not the same person.
Yeah, I feel different.
And who you are with Marta is not just a reflection of what an extraordinary human being she is. I think it's actually an expression of how you've grown as a human being.
Yeah.
To recognize your worth and worthy of more.
Yeah, 100%.
And at the same time, you're able to have that relationship because she's a pretty self-actualized person, and she's looking for someone that matches her own sense of self-worth.
Yes. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah.
And so I think if you keep going back to toxic relationships, you have to realize they're just a symptom of what's actually working inside of you, what's going on inside of you. And if you can deal with the toxicity in your own soul, your self-loathing, your lack of self-worth, those inner voices that told you that you're not worthy of love, whatever it may be. And if you can deal with that inner turmoil, you can actually be ready for a better relationship.
It's so interesting because when I was in these experiences of pain and breakup and doubts, you know, should I be in this relationship? Should I not be in this relationship in the past? And, you know, months of being single in between relationships and just like, what's going on with my life? I wasn't thinking consciously like, am I worthy? But looking back, I see how unworthy I was unconsciously, I guess, and how I was attracting relationships. Because I guess I didn't really believe I wanted something beautiful and great, but I didn't think I was either ready or deserving of it right at that moment.
Right. Think about if you're living in your shadows. Why would you ever choose to date someone living in their light?
Yeah.
Because their light would simply reveal your shadows. So if you're living in your shadows, you look for someone living in their shadows.
Right. To match you.
That's right.
Wow. It's more safe.
It is. And it doesn't expose you.
Right. And hopefully your shadow is not as dark as them. So you're, you know, you're a little more like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's why it ends up moving toward a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Because you ever realize the person that you love so much at the end sees you in such a negative view? They see the worst of you.
Yeah.
And they let you know everything that's wrong with you.
I've heard that many times. Yeah.
And everything they're saying to you are the very things you believed about yourself before you started dating them.
Yeah, it's true.
And now they're validating what you were already telling yourself about yourself. And that's why you have to have the conversation with you before you can have a different conversation with someone else.
Absolutely. It's almost like I needed to, I don't know if kill is the right word, but I needed to mend and heal the old version of me to alchemize into someone new internally. Whether that's letting go of an old version or alchemizing and healing the old version to the new, however I want to talk about it. But it was like, I definitely had to step into a new identity.
Yes.
And either heal the old identity into an upgraded version, letting it go, whatever it might be. I needed to do that in order to attract a relationship where I felt peaceful, because I never felt peace. And I think a lot of people listening or watching who have been struggling in relationships, they feel like anxiety in their relationship. So how can we learn to, I guess the first part of that question, how can we learn to anchor ourselves to be more empowered to both speak with power, with the actual words, but then speak with frequency, energy, and marry the two? Like, how can we start to believe we are either deserving or confident or wise enough to be able to marry the two at the highest level of frequency in relationship, but also in all relationships?
To begin with, you need to pay attention to the frequency with which you speak to yourself. Pay attention to what you're saying to you. Because if you're not kind to yourself, you will not be kind to others. You don't express empathy toward yourself, you will not express empathy toward others.
When you see someone who's an angry person towards others, what do you see in them?
A person who hates themselves.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, they don't know the world, so they can't be angry with the world. They're angry with themselves.
So true. And what do they need to transform that?
They actually need to forgive themselves.
Because they've been, blaming or shaming or feeling guilty about something?
Or maybe they did something they can't get past and they can't forgive themselves for. Or maybe something happened to them when they were young that wasn't their fault, but they took the blame for it. And so they don't realize that instead of choosing to be a victim, you see, there's some people who choose to become victims, but some people just choose to become violent.
Right.
And their way of avoiding being a victim is to become violent. And they become violent in their words, their emotions. It doesn't always have to be physical. And so I think it has to begin by paying attention to what you're saying to yourself. And that you cannot connect to other people if you don't deal with the health of your soul.
Right.
You have to find a way to get rid of the toxic emotions that destroy you, like bitterness and anger and jealousy, whatever they may be in your life. You're not going to live your life connecting to people at a deeply human level if you can't even connect to yourself. And it's one of the things I think for me is really freeing, is that I'm not free because I found perfection. And I'm not free because I even live up to all my ideals. I'm free because I don't expect myself to be perfect.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I've just learned to forgive myself for my inadequacy.
When did you get to that place? Like, how old were you, or what season of life?
Wow. I mean, I was in a psychiatric chair by the time I was 10 years old, in and out of a hospital for months. And I had not learned that then. And I think in high school, I was still trying to figure out how to create value so that I could be loved. And you try through sports and all these other different mechanisms.
School, sports,
right?
yeah.
I think I was in college and I was a philosophy student. And I still, I was really struggling with, is there any meaning to life? And does my existence have any value? Do I matter? And for me, it was a part of a faith journey. And you know, everyone has to find, you know, their way to find meaning in life. But for me, it was unexpected. I was not on a faith journey, not consciously or even unconsciously, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, I was just trying to make sense of my life and to find a reason to get up in the morning. And I struggled with depression. I struggled with self-loathing. And the idea that God existed and that he saw me and that I had infinite value was something that was really meaningful for me. I say to people, look, if God didn't exist, I would have to have created him just to survive.
Right.
you know, just to find a reason to wake up in the morning to go my life actually matters. And in that was this whole concept of grace that I'd never understood. And it was, you're just absolutely accepted. And so you don't have to earn your worth. You just start from your worth and then you just live.
Yes.
And it transformed me where, I just believed it. I just accepted the fact that I had value, that I mattered, that I was completely loved. And then life was like a bonus game.
Wow.
I don't have to live my life to prove my worth. I don't have to live my life to earn being loved. I don't have to live my life to prove I have value and that I have a right to exist. I just accept it.
Yeah.
And then life just becomes this beautiful adventure.
Fun.
It just becomes fun.
Fun.
And sometimes I feel guilty. In fact, I posted a story today and someone was upset. Well, because I was too happy. And they said, you're not being sensitive to all the unhappiness in the world.
Yeah, the suffering.
And I'm like, I just don't want to apologize that I wake up in the morning and I'm so excited about being alive.
It's so true. It doesn't mean there's not challenges or adversities that I face from time to time. Even before you were here today, I was going through some challenges with business stuff and some frustrations. But I wake up and I walk outside and I just put my arms up and I say, thank you, God, for this beautiful day and for everything you've given me. I'm so grateful and blessed. I'm just like, man, it's like such a gift.
Yeah.
And I think about this stat that 150,000 people die every day in the world, but we're not one of them today.
Yeah.
Today, we're not one of them. And that alone is a gift. Like, that's a reason to find joy, even if things aren't going well. Even if you're going through a horrible breakup, even if you're not happy with the government, even if someone cheated on you, lied to you, stole from you, hurt you, abandoned you, abused you. What a gift to be alive.
Yeah.
It's not enjoyable. I'm not saying I like stay in that space, but still, man, what a gift and opportunity. And should we feel guilty? Like you said, should you feel guilty to be grateful, like that things that we get at this day to be alive?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting tension. Everyone wants to have a common experience, but the only common experience we can have is misery.
Why is that?
Because we all experience pain. So that's the one thing we all have in common. But we need to elevate and go, yes, we all experience pain, but we can all experience joy. We can all experience fulfillment. It just takes more intention. Every negative emotion comes easily. Every positive emotion takes work.
If God created us to be good, why does every negative emotion come easily? And being good or experiencing joy takes work.
Because we think that God's intention is to make everything easy. and I don't think that that's even on God's agenda. Goodness should not be easy.
Why?
There's nothing in life that's worth anything that's easy. You're the face and voice of the School of Greatness. Is there any aspect of greatness that comes easy?
Depends on someone's definition. For some people's definition of greatness, it might be, being alive and living a decent life, right? It's like just being here is greatness. It depends on someone's definition. But from my definition, I don't think there is. I think you've got to be willing to overcome yourself constantly. And that's hard work. You've got to be willing to make better decisions every day than the temptations that might seem easy.
You're getting married to the most amazing human being in the world, but the relationship isn't easy.
No, it takes intention, it takes effort, it takes focus.
There's nothing worth anything in life that is easy.
It took my whole life to be able to get to this point, to get to a beautiful relationship, a whole life of sadness and suffering and effort and work, and healing and growth to get to a place where I feel peace. It's like,
you have to fight for peace.
Yeah.
Even peace. Despair is easy. Hope takes intention. Hate is easy. Love takes intention. War is easy. Peace takes intention. Every ideal expression of being human is hard. We have to fight for it. We have to long for it. And the best version of you doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
It's something you have to fight for.
In the last 40 plus years since you found this faith for yourself, where you started to find an ability to forgive yourself, not hate yourself, not look at yourself poorly, what has been the biggest challenge you've faced since finding love, forgiveness, and grace?
I think for me, my biggest challenge has been this need to live a life that other people think I should live. It's living a life of obligation rather than a life of intention. No matter how much you accomplish in life, there's someone who's always strangely unhappy with your life. Have you noticed that?
And typically someone who's close to you somehow, yeah.
And I've always wanted to please the people in my life. I wanted to earn their respect, to earn their love, and one of the things I had to just figure out in my life is you cannot live your life live a life of obligation. You can't live for other people. You can't live for their opinions. You can't live for their approval. You just have to know your own intention and live your life with that purpose and let the
Here we are again, ending the way we begun today together. Knowing the truth, though, that nothing ever ends, nothing is ever over. Determination is never over, never done. Because we are an energy. We are one energy. The way we take control of our breathing in this moment, the way we did our best today on all the exercises and stretches we did, that's the same way, same process we can use to make the best decisions. No, not decisions, determinations. Positive choices, loving choices, peaceful, grateful, mind healthy, mind wealthy choices, determinations. We don't choose and lose, we determine and win. Just like we won again today, here, right now. Just like we're winning right here, right now, just by being our presence, who we are. By believing and truly knowing the absolute truth that can never be taken away from you by words, by actions of others, or any things, any negativity, any sort of losses, pain, suffering, lies that is taking place. Those are lies. That's not the truth of what we were all born to do and be. That's just the mind that has taken over. The collective mind, our individual minds, but we have the power. We have our determination. We have the power to separate our minds from who we really are. Love, that infinite energy that is responsible for all that you are, see, the universe. What else could create something so magnificent other than love? The power of love. The love that's in you, in all of us. Let's just get our thoughts, our negativity, our anxieties, our stresses. When things don't go our way or as they should, get those thoughts out of the way. And feel the truth when all that has gone away. It's love. It's infinite intelligence. It's you. I love your determination. Another great time together. Take this with you. Take this energy, the way you feel right now. Hopefully you feel better than you did when we started. And you won your morning. You won your mind. You won your life in this moment. And you can win it all the time, wherever you go today. Whoever you're with, whatever you're doing, no matter what's going on outside your mind, out in the world. This is the starting place, aligned with this, that can change everything. I love your determination. Have a great day, a great week, and always a great life. I'll see you next time.